What's up, guys? It is John from Side Hustle Experiment. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I'm a six-figure Amazon seller. I do online arbitrage, and I also sell books, a little bit of eBay here and there. In today's video, we are going to talk about how June went. I thought it would be the best month ever, since it was my birthday month, get off to the year, get going, and it was absolutely terrible. Not terrible, just a lot of stuff went wrong. And one of the reasons why I'm making this video is because I try to be positive and try to give you guys what's so good about selling on Amazon, how much money you can make, all that good stuff. But there's also, it could be hard. There could be tough months. And basically, I kind of want to let you know is that if you had an off month, it's not a big deal. It really sucks in the moment. But now that we're kind of into July, I feel like June really set me up for a good July. So let's just go through it. So June was a sales month. We just snuck in. We did 20K on the OA account, maybe a little more than that. And I think we are down 1% from last year. One of the big issues on this is the prep center I am using I guess kind of is backed up or whatever. So I have about $6,000 of inventory that's been sitting there for 2 weeks. So nothing went out. I'm still trying to get a hold of them, having trouble doing that. So lesson there, this is my fault. It's not the prep center's fault. I want to make that clear. I should have been more checking up on them. I did notice they weren't sending out as much as they usually for me. And I just kind of was like, whatever. They're probably just a little backed up, and continue to send inventory there. Now I'm really regretting that mistake. So I should have been more upfront, or I should have started getting stuff to me, readjust my seller AM settings, and instead of putting in a prep cost, put in my pay sales tax on everything and prep it myself just to keep things moving along. So that was number one. That really sucked. And then on the flip side of that, I found another prep center. So that took up a lot of time to do that. My bookkeeping software, GoDaddy Bookkeeping, they decided to shut down. So I had to transfer everything to QuickBooks, small business. So that was quite the procedure to get all that going. So that was that. On like kind of a non-business note, I had like $2,500 in car repairs just to put that on top of that. And yeah, things just did not go right this month, and it's okay. Some of the good stuff that has happened, another pro or bad thing is when I was repricing, and this was such a stupid mistake, and I didn't realize it until I was actually answering someone else's question on Instagram, and it was almost like oh shit, like I am not doing that. Basically, when I was doing for the prep center, I would give them the cost of the item. Sometimes I wasn't including the prep cost in that because sometimes it has the poly bag, and the prep center I was using charges 20 cents for poly bags, and sometimes if it needs a box, it charges extra for that. So I was just kind of using the prep center as another expense. But it turns out I changed my repricing where when it goes to Amazon, the repricing will automatically go down to 20% or up or wherever if it has to. So what was happening is a lot of the times I would send something in, a couple would sell, maybe the price would fluctuate a little bit, and I either didn't have a rule set up or the rule was kind of too tight. So let's say I was willing to take $30, but I would set the rule to $32 because I didn't want to go down to 30, where I should have just let it go down to 30 and let it bounce back up. This is probably a little confusing, but maybe I'll do another video on it. But anyway, not including that prep cost in the buy cost meant that, let's say it cost me $21 in total to get the item bought and prepped. and I only had down in the repricer that it cost me 20. So now, if I'm willing to take 20% ROI, it's taking 20% of $20, but it really cost me 21. So that was really stupid on my part. I don't like that word. It was a learning experience. I'll never make that mistake again. So if you are doing prep and you have repricing rules set automatically, you want to make sure you want to include that in the cost of goods, or figure out a way to at least be accounting for that when you're looking at your ROI calculations. I also tested a new repricer this month. So I'll let you guys know about that and see how that goes. Yeah, it was just a crazy month. So I think all that together though too is I set a lot, did not go well, but I am just tightening a lot of things up. I also am getting ready to like reprice all eBay stuff. So I have about almost 600 items, and I just want them repriced and gone. As I really ramp up OA, I need to get rid of that stuff. If you're interested in buying it all in bulk, let me know. Email me or DM me at Side Hustle Experiment. It's just one of those things where I repriced everything. It took a ton of time. Basically, some of the stuff is not like old, like it was just off, like the pricing was off. Some of it, kind of like Amazon, like if you were the only one on the listing, you kind of had like a little bit of an inflated price, but then other people came on, or people have sold it in the past for a certain price, but now it's not as popular or whatever. There's not as much demand for it. So that took a ton of time. The plan for that stuff as well is to basically relist everything once all the pricing is set. I still probably have another 100 items I got to do, and then I'm just gonna reschedule everything, close the listings, and then reschedule them, and just kind of whatever is left in the warehouse that's kind of been like on the pile to go to eBay is gonna get listed, taken pictures of, all that stuff. So yeah, that took up a lot of time. So I ended up spending, I think, close to $15,000 on inventory, which was good. I only spent 12 the prior month, but this was just kind of a month I realized I really can't do it all. I really have to pick, and I'm picking OA. So there's a lot of stuff I have to do for the book business to kind of not close it out. I still have the warehouse for another 6-8 months or so, or 7 months. So I'm really ramping stuff up to kind of get rid of eBay stuff, reprice, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to send all my merchant fulfilled inventory to FBA because I no longer want to be fulfilling that stuff. Stay tuned for videos about that. I'm definitely going to do more book content as I kind of wrap everything up. I'm kind of thinking about putting together almost like a master class of like everything I know about books. I don't know if it would be like in a course form or just on YouTube, or I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna come up with something for you guys. Probably not a course, but who knows. So that's happening. But on the flip side, so while all that stuff was bad, it's all right, it happens. On the flip side, I now have a new prep center that I think will do really, really well. You got to look at the positives. So I got a new prep center. The repricing thing that I set up and I'm doing now, that whole new kind of oscillation strategy where you put your min at 20% ROI and let the price go down to that and then go back up. And then after 30 days or maybe 40 days, it really depends. I'm going to play around with it. It will go into another bucket where it's just kind of whatever I could get for it, liquidation kind of phase. It happens. So there's that. So that was good. I am put together a group of people that we meet together, or we did it twice already. We're doing that every once a week. We're also sharing leads. So it's me and 3 other people that I thought would be a good fit, and we're just kind of talking and doing that. So that is a positive. I'm working on getting things organized. A new VA is going to come on and help out. I still have one VA doing OA. He's doing much better. This other person, or potentially, someone who runs a lead list that I am good friends with has a couple extra, and yeah, so I'm gonna take one of them. That won't be for about a month though. So lots of stuff happening, so that is good. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, it's just been, it happens, guys. Like, you have a bad month, but you just have to make decisions, move on with your life. And I think that was part of the problem, is just really not fully making decisions, kind of playing right in the middle between books and online arbitrage and all this kind of stuff. And, you know, it's just, I've learned the hard way, or the hardest way possible, that you just can't do it all. It's just not humanly possible. I don't even know why I thought I could do it all. Like, that whole, like, oh, like, don't think you can't, like, you could do it. Like, sometimes that's just BS. Like, you just can't. If I still had the helper at the warehouse, maybe it's more doable, but it's just not. The cost of books has gone up too, which has kind of hurt things. I was paying like 5 cents a pound. Now it's up to 7 because of fuel prices and stuff like that. So that definitely did not help. And then with Amazon fees going up as well for FBA, you know, that also hurt the amount of books I could send to Amazon. So for me, I do think books is still a great place to get started and really learn Amazon. But for me, I wanted to go to OA. And that's where my head has been, and I've just really been dreading doing books and eBay and all that stuff lately, and it's really starting to take a toll. So it's just time to make a move, and if it works, it works. If not, well, it's going to work. It's just like one of those things where you're, you know, you just gotta do it and make the best of it, and just, yeah, do whatever. But yeah, I've been really enjoying like doing, I've been doing some lives lately, doing some interviews on other podcasts or YouTube channels, which has been a ton of fun. I want to do more of that stuff. And that's really going to kind of be, for me moving forward, is doing, it's going to be a lot of OA. And it's also going to be, I'm going to be able to make, I'll have more time to make better videos, higher quality videos, might hire a VA to kind of help edit videos, probably, I don't know when, but probably not for a while, but that's kind of next once everything kind of gets situated. I'm working on building out systems for just a business overall. Now that I've been doing OA for probably 6 months, seriously, there's just lots of data that I have where it's like old leads, stuff that's out of stock, everything I've bought to this day, stuff like that. I need to come up with a way to organize that so I have access to it. I also have a lot of stuff that I want to go through that I bought last year for Q4 to see if it would be a good fit for this year. So just lots of stuff to do, and kind of getting a system, working with the VA, making sure everything is going correctly. But yeah, that's about it, guys, for the update. But I definitely have to look at the bright side. Even though I had, we just made it, right? We hit the 20K mark, down 1%. So it was probably like 25 or whatever it was. So we hit that, so that was good. Better than being down. Number 2, you know, 6K inventory really sucks to be at the prep center, just sitting there. But luckily enough, and it's not to brag, I have the money to cover that. Like, I'm not going to be screwed when it comes for a credit card payment. So hopefully all that inventory eventually gets listed and to the prep center. I have no idea. I cannot get a hold of them. So it is what it is. I mean, I could dwell on it, or I could just buy more profitable shit and just kind of forget about it and just try to make the best of it and kind of go from there. That's all you could do. And I'm really excited about this month. I did liquidate a lot of inventory the last month, just bad buys from mistakes and just all sorts of stuff. So I hope my profit margin, or the ROI, is going to go up. So yeah, that's kind of how it was in June. Not the best, but when you have a month like this, it really tests you whether you want to be in it or not. I definitely want to be in it. I love selling on Amazon. It's a great opportunity. And there are months like this where it happened during books. It's usually just growing pains. You're growing, but you don't exactly have the systems in place, and you're kind of making mistakes and all this sort of stuff. But it is what it is. It's normal. You just have to learn from it. Learned a ton this month. So yeah, July is going to be a good month. And then Q4 is going to be here before we know it. We have back to school coming up. So lots of good stuff coming up. Lots of good content coming your guys' way. So be on the lookout for that stuff. And please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. It means a ton to me. It also helps the videos and my channel get out there more so we can help other people make money selling on Amazon. So that's what I got for you guys today. A little all over the place. Let me know in the comments how your June was, or what you're up to, or whatever you want. Just say hi. And I'll see you guys in the next video.